Part 2. Adjectival phrases. C. Cagey about.
She is cagey about her past.
Candid about.
She is quite candid about her debauched past.
Candid with.
He is very candid with his friends.
Capable of.
Paul is capable of retaining his serenity in the midst of chaos.
Careful about. Careful of.
Be careful about your personal hygiene.
Careful with.
Be careful with your money. It's hard to come by.
Casual about.
He was casual about winning the election.
Caustic about.
He is very caustic about her rapid rise to fame.
Cautious about.
I am cautious about making a promise.
Celebrated for.
Nanto is celebrated for its beautiful scenery.
Censorious of.
He was censorious of her conduct.
Central to.
Fighting terrorism is central to President Bush's policy.
Certain about. Certain of.
I was quite certain about the woman's identity.
Chagrined at.
I was chagrined at being rejected.
Characteristic of.
Being slick is characteristic of Bill Clinton.
Charitable to. Charitable towards.
Try to be a little more charitable to the poor boy.
Chary about. Chary of.
I am chary about investing in the share market.
Choosy about.
She is very choosy about food and clothing.
Chummy with.
Jane is so chummy with me that she even prepares lunch for me.
Circumspect about.
He is circumspect about his use of words.
Circumspect in.
During the Reign of Terror, people were circumspect in voicing their complaints.
Clear about. Clear on.
I'm quite clear about the situation.
Clear of.
The road was clear of traffic.
Clever at.
She is clever at negotiating for a contract.
Clever with.
Kathy is clever with her hands.
Close to.
The roots of cactuses grow close to the surface to collect as much water as possible for storage.
Clumsy with.
Kent is clumsy with his hands. He is prone to prick his finger when handling sharp objects.
Cognizant of.
People who take vitamin supplements without consulting doctors are not cognizant of the risks involved.
Coincident with.
My daughter's birthday was coincident with the completion of my new house.
Comfortable with.
Jane doesn't feel comfortable with strangers.
Commensurate with.
Your pay will be commensurate with how many deals you can pull off for the company.
Committed to.
He is committed to his political beliefs.
Comparable to. Comparable with.
Your story is hardly comparable with James's.
Compassionate towards.
We should be compassionate towards the poor.
Compatible with.
Islamic traditions and teachings are not compatible with the values of modern Western societies.
Competent in.
Joseph is highly competent in his field.
Complacent about.
The advertising industry is highly competitive. We cannot afford to become complacent about our present achievements.
Complementary to.
Good writing skills have to be complementary to good content.
Compliant with.
New buildings must be fully compliant with the safety standard.
Complicit in.
He is alleged to have been complicit in human trafficking.
Complimentary about.
Lulu is very complimentary about his courage.
Composed of.
This country is composed of 10 provinces, each of which has its own capital.
Comprehensible to.
He got drunk. His speech was slurred and hardly comprehensible to me.
Conceited about.
He is very conceited about his achievements.
Concerned about.
I am very concerned about your safety.
Concerned with.
This story is concerned with a runaway boy.
Concomitant with.
A headache is sometimes concomitant with a fever.
Concurrent with.
Her opinion on the parole system is concurrent with yours.
Conditional on. Conditional upon.
Her agreement to get married to Paul was conditional on his buying a villa for her.
Conducive to.
Disrespect for individual ethnic languages and cultures is not conducive to ethnic harmony.
Confident of.
I am confident of my success.
Confused about.
I am very confused about the traffic signs.
Congested with.
The street was congested with traffic.
Congruous with.
Your behavior is not congruous with your social status.
Conscientious about.
He is conscientious about his work.
Conscious of.
The French, very conscious of its past glory, tend to bash America's supremacy.
Consequent on.
The flood was consequent on the heavy rain.
Considerate of. Considerate towards.
He is considerate towards his friend.
Consistent with.
His story is not consistent with facts.
Consonant with.
His deeds are consonant with his beliefs.
Consumed with.
He was consumed with guilt.
Contemporary with.
Xu Zimao was contemporary with Zhu Ziqing.
Contemptuous of.
I am contemptuous of those who talk big.
Content with.
Annie seems content with her new life.
Contiguous with. Contiguous to.
The two towns are contiguous with each other.
Contingent on. Contingent upon.
The annual bonus is contingent upon each worker's performance.
Contradictory to.
Your account of the accident is contradictory to hers.
Contrary to.
Contrary to my advice, Paul entered on a career in teaching.
Convenient for.
Is 6 o'clock convenient for you?
Convertible to. Convertible into.
A dollar bill is convertible to 38 new Taiwan dollars.
Cool about.
My father was cool about whatever I chose to do as long as I could do it well.
Cool towards.
She is very cool towards everyone around her.
Cordial to. Cordial towards.
She is very cordial to me.
Core to.
Dangling a carrot in front of our customers is core to my strategy.
Courteous to. Courteous towards.
He is courteous to everyone.
Covetous of.
He is covetous of power and fame.
Coy with about.
She was always coy with her roommate about her background.
Crazy about.
Linda is crazy about skiing.
Crimson with.
Her face was crimson with shame.
Critical of.
Alan is highly critical of everything he eats.
Cross at. Cross about.
Jane was cross at being interrupted.
Cross with.
She got very cross with the boy who knocked over her glass.
Crowded with.
The train is crowded with home-going commuters.
Crucial for. Crucial to.
The decision is crucial to the future of our country.
Cruel to. Cruel towards.
He was cruel to his enemy.
Culpable for.
She was held culpable for the car crash.
Curious about.
I am curious about how old that woman is.
Cursed with.
He was cursed with poor vision.
Cynical about.
Many voters are cynical about politicians' promises.